OMG, I'm live. Okay. I know you all are up. I'm just waiting on the people. There is no music playing, and I'm over here just jamming away. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, good morning. I know you all are up. It's Monday. Well, yeah, it's Monday, but it's Monday. So, I don't know what to do with myself right now. I've never been live before. I really don't know what to do with myself right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey Mom. Come on YouTube, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's Monday, y'all. We gotta get motivated, so I'm gonna need y'all to get up. Let's wake up. Do we need to do some jumping jacks or something? All right, let's wake up. I'm trying to get the people inspired, Mother. That's what I'm doing. What am I talking about? Well, whoever missing out, y'all are just gonna have to miss out. But again, good morning YouTube. It's your girl Ashley Michelle, and this is my first ever live video. In today's video, as y'all can see, I'm not wearing no makeup, but for today I'm going to be showing you all 3 natural ways to clean your makeup brushes using household items. And I'm also going to be talking about, are you driven or distracted? Because lately, well, y'all already know, I'm going to keep it real with y'all, be transparent as possible, and let y'all know what's going on. So lately, I have been feeling like kind of distracted, not in a bad way, but I've just been really busy doing my everyday things, and I just kind of feel a little unaccomplished right now. So I, do what I do best and talk to the big man upstairs and trying to just get my mind focused on what I need to be doing. So first things first, oh my goodness, I just went blank. But the first product that I am going to be using to clean my makeup brushes is a simple Dove bar, and I'm going to be using that with the water. I'm also going to be using some dishwashing liquid, and I'm going to be using a clean sponge with that one. And the last product I'm going to be using is olive oil. But before I get into that, the one thing that I have been doing lately that I've noticed that has been helping me to stay on top of myself with the things that I need to do is simply making a list. And I know that sounds kind of cliche. Anybody can make a list. And I'm just running the water over the soap to get it lathery. But I know it sounds cliche to make a list, but the key thing that I found that helped me is when I made my list, I don't know if y'all can hear me, you're kind of loud. When you make your list, don't put 10,000 things on your list. Try to keep your list between 3 to 5 things. So, 3 things so that way it's actually a list, and 5 things just so that way you're not overwhelming yourself and you actually can check the things off the list. So with my list, I've also, I got the soap bar nice and wet, as y'all can see, soap dripping down my hand. And this makeup brush has a lot of eyeshadow on it, so I'm just gonna take it, and just rub it up against this Dove bar. And as y'all can see, all the eyeshadow is just coming right on off. And I'm just gonna keep repeating this process and rinsing it off. So, oh my goodness, I did not know it was that dirty. Like, it already looks a whole lot cleaner now. But as I was saying, I've kind of broken up my list into 3 parts, meaning I have one grand list that I'm working on, but I broke it up as, okay, what do I want to accomplish this month? What do I want to accomplish this week? And what do I want to accomplish every day? And like I still said, I try to still break those things down to 3 to 5 things, so that way I'm not overwhelming myself and I'm still getting things done. And I also notice that I'm actually getting things done just because I'm keeping it simple, number one, and I'm making it consistent. Consistency is definitely key. Oh my gosh, it's almost brand spanking new. That is crazy. And look at the bar, it doesn't even look dirty. But definitely keeping it simple and being consistent is key when you are making your list. And the second thing, wow. And just like that, voila, already clean. So I definitely like this method. 2 thumbs up for that one. Another thing. Hey, Kay.
Hey, I gotta wash my dishes before I leave. Cause I'm not coming back.
So, y'all want to say hey to Kay? She about to wash her dishes. But the second method I'm gonna be doing is the dishwashing soap. See, I ain't gonna take up all of this so you can use it. I'm really kind of skeptical about this one because it is dishwashing soap. But I'm just gonna wet the sponge up and put the soap on the sponge. I got the brush wet too, and I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did with the soap bar and just lather. Ooh, okay, we dripping. And just brush it with your other soap. There you go. And I'm just gonna brush it on the soap bar. I mean on the sponge. Wow, it's really working. I didn't think this one was gonna work. Okay. That was surprising. That one actually worked. Oh, and the next thing, in addition to making my daily, weekly, and monthly list, I've been trying to keep a consistent morning routine so that way I could just have my mind in a nice positive state of, keep my mind positive in the morning so that way I could just try to have a good day and have positive energy. So that also does include, you know, talking to the big man upstairs and just listening to positive music and also reading something positive, whether it's a scripture or just a positive quote. And lately I've also been trying to find some good, I guess they're self-help books or just books to help you get started with creating a business, because I do eventually want to be an entrepreneur. So 3 of the books that I'm interested in reading is the 10X Rule, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the 4-Hour Work Week. I know these books are basically like the holy grail when it comes to getting your mind focused on starting your own business. So I definitely will be checking in with y'all and letting y'all know how those books have been doing for me and are doing for me. But as the title says, Driven or Distracted, that comes from an actual Bible plan that I've been reading on it's probably called the Bible app. I'm gonna link it down below after I save this video. But basically it's a 4-day plan, and if you're not really into just reading in general, finding like quick little 4-day, 7-day little plans are pretty cool, just because, you know, they keep you on track. You can set reminders, so if you kind of forget a lot or just get busy, you know, you can stay on top of yourself as far as reading them, and they're pretty quick. they're not really long and outdrawn. And also, I've also noticed that I have a bad habit of just, even when I read the Bible in general, just reading stuff and I kind of think it doesn't have nothing to do with what I want to find out. So it's pretty good because it narrows it down. So I'm only going to talk about, oh, and the lady that created this plan, her name is Amber R. Morrison. I don't know if she has any social medias or anything like that, but I will leave her name and the title of the plan in the description as well. But I just want to talk about 3 topics that stood out to me while reading this. Oh, and I'm also get started on the last method, which is the olive oil. And I'm going to wet the makeup brush again. And I'm just going to use the same sponge to lather it up with as well. But I'm going to rinse all the dishwashing soap out first. Bye, Kay. And so now I got all the soap out of that, and I'm just gonna take some of the olive oil. Ooh. Okay. Got a nice section of olive oil on the sponge, and I'm gonna wet the brush, makeup brush again. And I'm just gonna lather that up there again too as well. And the main thing that she also, well, the first thing that she brought up in her plan was everyone wants to be successful. There's no one that does not want to be successful. But there's probably people, and as y'all can see, it's already getting the product out. There's probably no one that you've ever met that doesn't want to be successful, but some people are probably just, you know, distant from their goals just because they're distracted. And the first point that stuck out to me was she said, sometimes distractions can look positive, meaning that, you know, it's not nothing detrimental, like probably to your health or your safety. It could just be, you know, something that's just simply taking your focus off of what's important, but it's a good thing, probably like a relationship, friendship, or, you know, a new hobby that you picked up, just something simple like that. And meaning that it's a distraction just because it's keeping you from really focusing in on what you need to do, what you need to accomplish. The second thing that stood out to me also was she said, distractions, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I got tongue-tied. The second thing that stood out to me was she said, distractions will only hinder you from success if you let them. And I'm just gonna rinse this out a little bit and put some more olive oil on it. And it kind of puzzled me at first that she said that, but when I thought about it, I had a aha moment, an epiphany, like, yeah, you're right. You can have plenty of distractions throughout the day. Like, for example, someone cutting you off on the road while you're driving. Yeah, that probably distracted you, but it didn't hinder you from you getting to your destination. Like, you still kept going. So that did make sense to me, that distractions, they only distract you and hinder you if you allow them. And the last thing that she said that stuck out to me was people struggle to identify distractions until it's too late. So going back to like those positive distractions, like, you know, friendships, hobbies, or just anything that's positive, you know, not harming you. Sometimes it's just way too late before we realize, like, oh wow, like that was distracting me. So, and that was one thing that I had realized over these last 2 months of just being in school. I realized that I was just so excited to be back in school and just wanting to get involved. I kind of realized, like, dang, I need to study a little bit more. But just to, on a positive note, your girls' grades are looking good, you guys. So yeah, not getting distracted no more. And the 3 questions that she ended the first day of this plan was, number 1, what are the negative distractions in your life? Number 2, what are the positive distractions in your life? And thanks, Mom. And number 3, what can you do? I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta make sure I say this right. What can you do to take, okay, hold on. What can you do to ensure that those distractions are not preventing you from reaching your full potential? So I really did take like this whole entire week to really think about those 3 questions, and I've actually have written them down and meditated on them like, wow, I did not realize these things were distracting me. But for you all, well, y'all can just, write them down, figure it out yourselves. But for me personally, I did notice that some of my distractions were in people. And far as how to keep those situations from hindering me, I'm just gonna make sure that from now on, I kind of still interact with those people, just because there's nothing wrong with the people, but just to make sure that I'm still staying true to myself and doing what I got to do. So this method is a little slower, I would say, than the other 2, but it is getting the product off the brush. So I'm just gonna repeat that some more and let that do its thing. But other than that, that's all that I have for you all today. So I just want y'all to take the rest of the day, the rest of this week to really think about, are you being driven or distracted? Do you have lots of positive or negative distractions? What are they, and what can you do to prevent those things from hindering your success and reaching your goals? And another quote that I want to leave y'all with is, change will only happen if you change yourself. And yes, I am going to leave who said that in the description as well. But that really did speak to me, just because it really is about you. The things that you want to change, they're only going to change if you change yourself and then you put in some effort. So that's all for this week's Motivational Makeup Monday. I hope you all enjoyed this live. Let me know if y'all like me better live or recording in front of the camera. And please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned for next week's Motivational Makeup Monday, featuring part 2 of Driven or Distracted. And of course, y'all already know I'm gonna have something else interesting for the makeup. And I will catch y'all next week. Bye. Okay, I gotta figure out how I turn the whole live thing off, but I think this, okay, yes.